One more hot take, this time from the Big Ten survey. Rutgers will be the surprise team in the Big Ten this year. One person even went as far to say in our survey that they will finish third in the Big Ten conference this year, Garrett. Now, I did tell people they could fill it out randomly, and they might have taken some liberties with that. But Rutgers as the surprise team in the Big Ten this year, I kind of like it. I don't think this is that hot of a take because you look at the win totals. I'm pulling that up right now. First of all, they've improved every year the last few seasons. They were the doormat of college football. Shiano comes back and they all of a sudden are competitive again, just like they were his first stint through there. I'm really interested. And you know what? Now I'm realizing that you can't find a win total on Rutgers on FanDuel because they're in New Jersey, and New Jersey has weird state laws about betting on in-state schools. So
yeah.
I'll look that up later while you're talking. But
yeah,
Rutgers is a surprise team. I don't hate it. I think that they're going to be plucky this year.
You have a point, and I think here's the thing. Okay, let me just start with this. Rutgers is a surprise team. We can't rate that. What does that mean, right? Surprise team, like, they're going to be better than expected. They're going to
let me
win
quantify
8 games. They're going to win 10 games. They're going to win the conference. Like, what?
Yeah.
That's kind of vague,
Let me quantify this. I'm still looking up the win total, but to me, a surprise team would be one that beats their Vegas over-under, and it looks like it's 6.5. So a surprise team beats their win total by at least 2.
Okay.
So they are sitting at 8 to 9 wins. That's a surprise team to me.
I think that's doable, and their ability to finish at the top, I think, might be a little bit better than some expect. They don't really play any of the top teams this year. I think the best team they play on their schedule is probably Wisconsin, which is kind of crazy to say. They go Howard, Akron, Virginia Tech, Washington, Nebraska, Wisconsin, UCLA, and USC in back-to-back weeks. They get their bye week. Minnesota, Maryland, Illinois, and Michigan State. There's
the shots that you just fired at LA County by saying that neither of those teams are among the best that they'll play this year.
You can say what you want to. I don't think UCLA is going to be that good this year. I really just don't see why they're going to be amazing. And USC, look, they kind of relied on Caleb Williams these last couple of years, and I don't care how good you think the next guy up is, he's not going to be Caleb Williams immediately, right? That's just not going to be what it is. I think they'll be talented on offense, but call me when they start playing defense. I know they hired a new guy, and we can speculate, but call me when they start playing defense, and I'll start talking about USC again.
I've got a hot USC take that I'm not going to say right now. I'll just tease it right now. But
previews.
Mitch is basically begging me to work it into a show really soon so that he can back it up. So, I mean, it's an interesting schedule. It's a very interesting schedule. 2-0 should be a given. Virginia Tech, I think, is a better team objectively than Rutgers in their marquee non-conference game, and it's in Blacksburg. Virginia Tech, speaking of surprise teams, could surprise a lot of people that haven't been paying attention to how that program has been being built the last few years. Washington's rebuilding. Nebraska on the road is going to be really difficult. That could be a swing game. That could be a swing game for both of these programs. The winner of that is really setting themselves up, I think, to be the surprise team. But that stretch after USC, Minnesota, at Maryland, Illinois, Michigan State, go 3-1 down the stretch, and you're looking at a 7 or 8 win season really quickly there. And I think to people that haven't been paying attention, that would be surprising. To people that have been watching this program build, that's the next step, is winning 8 games, pushing for 9, and getting into a even better bowl game than they've been in the past few years.
Yeah, well, and with the running back talent that they return, and with, the schedule set up the way that it does, I think this is a big year for Rutgers to kind of prove it. I think this is, your schedule will never set up like this. They don't play Ohio State. They don't play Michigan. They don't play Penn State. Those are 3 games that they've, been dropping almost, like it's just part of what they do, right? That's something you do, is just lose to those teams. They don't have to do that anymore. they can kind of, get away with it this year, they will almost never have another season where they won't play any of those 3 teams, right? There's almost no way that happens. So, I think in terms of where the conference is, in terms of where they are, you almost have to win 8 or 9 games this year, or else you might start thinking like, is it possible? Can we do it? It'll be a little bit of a doubt for their ability to do it if they can't get it done this year.
Pop quiz, Garrett. Who is penciled in as the starting quarterback for the Rutgers Scarlet Knights this year?
They have that transfer, but I can't remember which.
He is a transfer. He's from a Big Ten
school. Wait, it's
He's from a former Big Ten West school.
He's the guy with the bizarre last name, right? Like Kaliak Manis or whatever.
Yeah, Ethan Click Manis from Minnesota.
Yeah,
is penciled in as the starter. So that could be an adventure. Minnesota fans will tell you that's going to be an adventure.
He could play quarterback.
He could, and I think that they're probably not going to ask him to do a lot, and that's going to be best for everybody involved.
Right.
We'll leave it there with Rutgers, and I'm not going to insult a man's character integrity anymore. I'm sure he's a fine kid. He's just not a good quarterback. Garrett, that was fun.
Okay.
He's okay.
He's playing D1 football.
He's playing D1 football. That's more than either of us could have said.
Gracious him. How about